here. It'll work out. It'll work out. I'm filming, just so you know. Start filming already.
I gotta go anyway.
Alright.
Tonight we gotta schedule the schedule.
That's fine. Yeah, I kind of got a lot to do today, so I'm trying to drink some caffeine. I've been here. Really tired. Well, have a good day.
Thanks. You too.
I'm off, so I will
Will you work again tomorrow?
tomorrow. I was so tired that Sunday I told my mom, because everybody's like, did you do the schedule? Did you do the schedule? And I'm like, I think I did. And I looked, I did, but like, I was looking at the wrong part and I'm like, Mom, I have to work Thanksgiving. Somebody pick a name for me. And then I'm like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. I didn't sleep good Saturday night at all because I stressed out about Sunday, and then I woke up at 3, like had to pee. I was too hot. I was hungry. My mom's probably like, what? I slept better last night, but I got up at like 6 something. Like, why? On my day off.
Okay, bye.
Okay. See ya.
See you later. Okay.
Have a good one. We have to go over the schedule too, because I don't know when we're meeting again. And I think he sent us an email too, so.
Well, yeah, we haven't signed up for anything yet.
So, we'll go over that tonight.
Bye.
Bye. Hello. Hi, welcome in, guys. 17 people. 17? What? Okay. It still amazes me that people come in here to watch me, but I don't know. I enjoy doing it. I actually prefer when there's less people in here, but I appreciate it. You know what? I like a small crowd. I was talking about this last time I filmed. Oh, now we're down to 5. That's okay. Hello. I am trying to get my day started. I got up too early on my day off, which I hate. I was relaxing with my hubby, and now it's like, okay, time to go. Like, I got, I always have a mile-long to-do list. Today I have off, but tomorrow I go back to work, so the pressure is real. And this week's gonna be busy. My daughter's birthday party is Saturday. Saturday, we have Thanksgiving. My daughter's a Thanksgiving baby, so it's always hectic around her birthday and this time of year. I'm a nurse. And this weekend was very hectic at work, especially Saturday. Because if you work in healthcare, staffing can make or break you. And staffing was not that great Saturday. So, I'm very tired. I had a lot going on at work. Yesterday wasn't as busy. It wasn't as bad. I had more help. Staffing was better. Sundays are usually not bad. Not bad for work, but sometimes Saturdays are just so busy, especially if we don't have transport, if we're short-staffed, like, yeah, so it was a little rough, not gonna lie, the one day, but I didn't sleep good Saturday night. So I was complaining about I didn't sleep good. I knew I had to work the next day. I knew it was good. Luckily it wasn't as bad, but like had a rough day. And then I don't think I ate enough, so I woke up hungry, and then I had to pee. Like, hello, top of the day to you. I did complain about this hurting my stomach, but I actually think it wasn't this stuff. It's hard. GI girlies, you know what I'm talking about. It's hard to figure out. Or people with GI, like, what is it that upset me this time? But actually, I don't know. Or maybe I've become tolerant to it, so I'm still using it. But I know for sure, like, there's certain things I just need to stay away from or limit. Like dairy. But anyway, I probably should keep a food diary. I tell people this, but I don't eat, like, for them. But I don't do a good job of doing that myself. I'm going to open the gluten bad. Yeah, it's certain, yeah, gluten. Not as, what really for me is like dairy, but sometimes, yeah, certain things. I don't know. It gets complicated. It does. I highly doubt somebody sent me $100, but sure, YouTube, sure. Scammers be scamming. Okay. So, I am gonna drink, I'm in my workout. I gotta work out. First and foremost, well, I ate, but now I gotta, first and foremost, eating if I'm hungry, but secondly, working out. I gotta get some light in here. I gotta open up the blinds. Or not blinds. We have shutters. Let me open them up. I am just gonna keep my daughter home today because I'm too tired. She had a busy day too. My husband took her to like the mall to get Christmas gifts, and she went to Build-A-Bear and she made her first Build-A-Bear, which is so cute. I remember doing that when I was younger with somebody I'm not friends with anymore. But it was a cute memory, nonetheless. I was telling people that at work and they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, just typical me and my oddities, but... So, just opening up the shutters. It is sunny out, but I'm sure it's freezing outside. Saturday it was really warm here for no rhyme or reason, but then Sunday it was freezing cold, and I was like, oh, it should be warm today because it was warm yesterday. Wrong. And I didn't defrost my car, and I'm like, oh my God, so I'm scraping really fast, like, oh, I gotta get to work. Like, why? But that's Pennsylvania weather for you. Yes. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my Build-A-Bear. I think I donated it. I don't know. There's been a lot of things that have either been donated or were stolen off the truck or whatever, because we moved cross country. And then we've moved since then, so there's been many things that I spent money on that are now gone and don't know what's happened to. There's even things I got rid of, like when I was younger, when I'd be going through phases, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know what happened to that. Then I'm like, oh, I should have held on to that certain things, but whatever. Yeah, so what's cool with Build-A-Bear is, and somebody reminded me, I forgot, like you can get a bear for the price of however old you're turning on your birthday. So if you're turning 3, you can get a $3 Build-A-Bear. Anyway, it's just cute. Like, my husband sent me a video, but my daughter got to like build her bear. Like, they let the kids step on the machine that puts the stuffing into the bear, and you get to pick out which one, and it's a whole thing. He was in the military before I met him, but no, we moved across country, when we were younger. We moved across country for his job, / both of us are like adventurous, and we wanted to live somewhere else other than Pennsylvania and just get out, see other parts of America. So we lived in Arizona for 10 years, really enjoyed it. And then we moved back after we had our daughter, because it's hard to raise kids without family, and some of our family members were having health problems and wound up passing away. So it worked out well, but that we moved back when we did, because we got to spend time with them before they passed away. It's a long story, and it was COVID, and everything was like, I feel like a lot of people were moving during that time, and everything just kind of lined up. Our house sold for more than like it would normally. Like, it was a good time to sell. And we were sick of the house we lived in, because we had to do so much work on that house, and there was still a couple things that had to be done, and we were just like over it. I don't know. It was it's a long story, but that's some of why. You moved to, oh yeah, North Carolina is really nice. I don't think I've ever been to Missouri. I think I have a friend though who lives there. I would love to go visit there. I have a couple siblings who live in North Carolina, and I've gone down there for like, with friends to the Outer Banks for like vacation. And I haven't visited my brother yet since he's moved down there. Also, he moved around COVID time. But I visited my sister a couple times down there, and it's beautiful weather usually. Beautiful weather. She lives near the beach. Like, they have cheaper housing, but they won't pay you as much either. So it's kind of like one of those. But I feel like North Carolina is they have a lot of development there right now because of that factor, like the warmer weather, cheap to buy real estate, near the beach. Like Raleigh, I guess, is exploding. You've never been to the Outer Banks even though you live there? Oh my gosh, it's awesome. You gotta check it out someday if you can. I like the Outer Banks because, unlike the Jersey Shore, or even if you go to like California, their beaches in the Pacific, like the waves are really rough, but if you go to the Outer Banks, the waves are not rough. They're not like that. They're perfect for like boogie boarding. And you kind of have to go out far to even catch a wave, which is maybe a little dangerous. Like, I wouldn't do it without a lifeguard, but it's cool because you feel like you're really going out on an adventure. I don't know. I like the Outer Banks. And they have good shopping. It's clean. It's more for older kids though. Like, I feel like the Jersey Shore is good if you have little kids because they have boardwalks. Outer Banks doesn't really have much of a boardwalk. The last I've been, which has been years, but maybe they have one now. I don't know. So, and I'm drinking espresso today. I'm trying to get rid of... I do love Nespresso, the company and all that, but I'm just not a huge fan of the way espresso tastes in general, I've realized. So I might be getting rid of the machine, so I'm trying to use it up. Because I'd rather, I think, just drink coffee, but that's just me. I just want something to drink that was warm today because it's cold out. I'm gonna drive. Oh, yeah, that is a long drive. Wilmington, yeah, that's where my brother lives, near there. Yeah, it's weird because my two siblings live in North Carolina, but they live like 4 hours away from each other because it's like it's a big state and they live on opposite sides of the coast, I guess. Like, I was like, oh, you guys, I can probably go visit, like, both of you at the same time. They're like, no, we live 4 hours away. I'm like, oh, shoot. So, if makes it a little harder. But I want to go back there because I haven't been back there in years. And I would love to go visit my brother because I get together with him here, but I haven't been to his house yet in North Carolina. And my sister actually has a new house that I haven't been to yet. But I just got back we've been traveling a lot lately, so like no plans to travel anytime soon, but eventually I would like to go down there, especially when my daughter gets older, because I don't want to take a long car ride with her because it's going to be like an 8-hour car ride until she's a little bit older probably. And I said the next trip we're taking, I want it to be like a cruise or an all-inclusive resort where I don't have to plan stuff. Because I've been planning a lot, like with our last vacations. I grew up in Charlotte. Oh yeah, that's true too. That's why a lot of people like North Carolina, because even if you're a mountains person, they got that too. And my husband's grandparents used to live in Hilton Head, which I think is South Carolina, but they lived right on a golf course and like a beautiful community, safe. He could golf every day. So like there's a lot of good golf weather and golf clubs there. I would love to convince my husband to move down there someday, because I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the cold weather, although I feel like Pennsylvania's getting warmer. But especially when you get older and you can feel the cold in your like arthritis. I was like, not a fan of that. Not a fan. I don't know, is Missouri cold? Charlotte area. Okay, I've heard of Charlotte too. That's not bad. That's one thing about Arizona that kind of stunk, was like the closest beach from Phoenix was 6 hours. And we would go there. We did go to San Diego a few times. And like, we went to Hermosa Beach. We went to some of the California beaches, but it was like at least a 6-hour drive to get there. But you can get to the mountain area from Phoenix in like 2.5 hours, so you're a little far away from mountains, but especially the beach. Oh yeah, I'm sure it's really pretty. That's like one reason why I like taking road trips is just like watching the scenery change in America because we have like a lot of different a lot of different scenery depending where you are in America. That's another thing I want to do is take a big road trip to my friend who she lives in Michigan, but hit some other states too on the way. Like my friend who lives in Missouri, because I just want to, I've never really been, like, I've driven through Indiana, but like a lot of the other Midwest places I've never been to. Oh, okay. Well, 20s is cold. Hey Siri, what's the temperature today in Lancaster, Pennsylvania? So today...
The high today in Lancaster, Pennsylvania will be 51 degrees Fahrenheit, and the low will be 34 degrees Fahrenheit.
This is not terrible, but it's cold. I don't know if you could hear that. So it's like 40s here now. I'm gonna have to get her going here in a minute. Izzy, are you hyper? My cat is just, she gets so hyper. She has so much energy. That's kind of like us. I didn't really realize that Pennsylvania was that cold until I lived in Arizona, and they're like, oh, that state's really cold. I'm like, I guess so. So I always thought living here, like, cold. I thought of Alaska, Montana, Maine, like New Hampshire. But yes, Pennsylvania is cold compared to, I guess, a lot of America. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't brought out my, like, heavy coat yet, but I've bought out my, like, my light jackets. Heat is like an, oh no. Is that where you are? Doesn't it get humid there too? Like, because Phoenix is hot all the time, pretty much. Except for in the winter maybe, but it's a dry heat at least. But if you live somewhere like Texas or Philippines, then I think you're dealing with humidity too, which that is a killer. Yeah. That's what they say. They say, like, the fashion's better in the winter or fall because you can layer. You can make more of a statement with your clothes because there's more going on. Which is true. Like, I have a lot more... I need to get more, like, summer clothing. I have a lot of winter clothing, but... No, I'm putting away my dishes. And then I'm going to go work out soon. It gets steamy. Oh. Oh, yeah, probably from the water. Yes, I have a daughter. She is turning 5. In 2 days, she'll be 5 years old, which is crazy. The time really flies, especially with children. Like, we visited friends a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, I can't believe their kids are like 8 or something. I still remember them babies, and now they're. Because the last time I saw them, that's how they were. It's just so weird to me. Like. Oh, thank you. That's an old one. I gotta get her more recent. We didn't do family photos this year, but last year we did some that turned out really well. Just JCPenney. Just JCPenney. But I feel like they do okay with their photos for like cheaper photo session. Like maybe for a cheap option. That's still nice. And all the photographers we've had there have been really nice and like, oh, you gotta take off. Well, good to talk and chat. You too. Take care. I'm like, what is that? Is that like, what is that soap residue? Ugh. I gotta reclean that one. My cat is just like running around like a crazy person. I've been to a couple countries. I would love to travel more. Mostly I've just traveled a lot in the US, but I'd like to travel more here too. But I've been to Mexico and the Bahamas. Been to Mexico a couple times. Mexico is not that far from where I used to live, so yes, I went to Nassau, where, you know, they have the big like casino and they have like a water park, and like the main, I think just like the main island I went to, and it was really rainy, and it was kind of after that hurricane that hit them bad, so it wasn't, not everything was open and stuff, but we did get to go to the big casino. That was really cool. And we did a little bit of shopping. They had some like, they have nice shopping down there. Like near the casino area, and then we even went out to like the city part or whatever. That's where I bought more stuff, because they had good deals. And we also went to like a private island that we went on a cruise there, and the cruise line had like a private island, I guess, in the Bahamas, and the water was like crystal clear. It was beautiful. It was like what you see in the movies. Which is compared to, I don't know if you've ever been to the United States, but most of our, well, maybe in Florida, certain parts of Florida it's crystal clear, but like in New Jersey and like California, there's days when we can't even swim in the ocean because there's too much, like some days in California you're not allowed to swim because there's too much sewage, which is really gross. The water is not crystal clear most of the places. But we still swim in it. We still swim in it. Don't drink the water. Do not. Yes, it was. I've been on a couple cruises. I really enjoyed it. we're talking about going on another cruise just because I like cruising. It's not for everybody, but I like it. It's like a good way to travel for cheap, like to other countries and stuff. Or even, like, I know a bunch of people go on cruises to go to Alaska. Like, that'd be cool. When it's warm out. I wouldn't want to go on a cruise there when it's cold. But, yeah. I like cruises because there's all the food you can eat. You don't have to, like, cook. You don't have to worry about cooking, which I always am cooking. So it's kind of nice to have a break. And they have, like, all the kinds of food you would like. They also have sit-down restaurants where you can, like, dress up. They have onboard entertainment. They have casinos, lessons. They have so much to do just on the ship, and then they'll take you to places, and then I don't know, it's just fun. Yes, I'm from the United States. And I usually do a lot better traveling by boat than I do airplanes. So that's another reason why I like cruises. Because, like, sometimes, depending where you go, you might not even have to take a flight to get on the cruise. Like the one I did in California, we just drove there. And then we were able to take the boat to the other country. Because I always get really sick on planes in general and just feel like crap. And I usually pick up an illness every time I fly versus, like, cruising. I don't get seasick. I don't know why, but my body just seems to travel, like, really well on boats versus planes. Planes, I've thrown up a few times. Yes. One time the pilot was even like, it's so embarrassing. Like, one time I threw up on a helicopter and he's like, I've never had that happen before. I'm like, okay, like, just make me feel worse. And then on the plane, another time I threw up, and then the pilot came on and was like, as you can tell, we're going through turbulence right now. And then everybody, like, looked at me and I'm like, oh my gosh. So yeah, I will say though, the last time I flew, it was a good experience with Alaska Airlines, and they're like a cheaper flight, but I would recommend them. You're from the Philippines. Oh yeah, I have some friends here that are from the Philippines. There's a lot of healthcare workers that are from there. I know it took her a while, that, like, it could take a while to come here from there. Like, my friend said it took like 3 or 4 years for her mom to be able to come here. Oh, you wanna, well, it doesn't snow every Christmas here. I wish it did, but, once in a while, we will get a white Christmas. Especially now that it's, like, getting warmer. We don't really get as much snow like when I was a kid in Pennsylvania. We got more. But, and if you go to New York during Christmas time, oh my gosh, that is like the true Christmas experience if you ever get to do that. I've done that a couple times with my family, and they have the giant Christmas tree at the Rockefeller Center, and like, Central Park is all lit up, and you know, all the shops are like Christmas themed, like FAO shorts and all that. And like, you can get yourself some hot chocolate and walk around, and it's cold. I don't know. It's cold. But I'm really selling it there, but you get what I mean. It really does feel like Christmas. The most Christmassy type of place I can think of is New York and New York City during Christmas time. Okay. Speaking of which, I still need to send out Christmas cards. One of my dear friends who passed away recently, she always would send me a Christmas card. And just reminds me like why that's important, even though you're like, who sends Christmas cards anymore? Well, she did, and I always try to. It doesn't always happen, but I want to keep that tradition alive. Oh, thank you. It could be a little more organized. You can definitely see my ADHD, like I always have a cabinet open. But look at that. Look at this artwork my mom and my daughter did together. Isn't that adorable? Like, isn't that so cute? My daughter's 5. I don't know how much my mom did, probably a lot of this, but I think that's so cute. My daughter's in her mermaid phase, and this is something I'm gonna hold on to because this is so sweet, I think. See, my mom has time to do things like that because she's retired, but I don't always have time to do, so I think that's really sweet. And I think they actually did a good job with it too. Yeah, she does. That's her theme for her birthday party this week. She's like, I don't know, she's all about the mermaids. All about them. Like, she likes watching mermaid shows and dressing up like a mermaid and playing with mermaid toys. So this year it's like, that's what we're doing for your theme of your birthday. I try to always make her a birthday theme, whatever she's like into that year. So that's the theme this year. I almost did K-pop because she was really obsessed with that movie too. But I'm glad I didn't because like she was really obsessed, but then it kind of like, now she's onto something else. Whereas mermaids, it's an ongoing thing. Oh, thank you. I try. I'm not perfect. No parent is. There's definitely things I could be better at. But I think the important thing is you try, you work at it. You work at it, you try, you prioritize it, that type of thing. it's hard, but like, if it wasn't hard, it would be like, well, what's wrong here then? Because it should be somewhat challenging sometimes. I'm getting my supplement ready. I've been taking this stuff for my PCOS probably a little over a month. I need to go get more of this because I'm just about out. But I think it is helping with my PCOS. Like at first I wasn't really noticing anything, but I think it is based on like my cycle and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna keep taking it. Peach Perfect, if you want to sponsor me, go ahead. Anyways, I gotta stay hydrated, especially if I'm working out. And I like, you guys know I like my coffee, so. Like, my mom is the best mom, right? Because she's my mom. But even if you have a good, like, nobody's perfect. Like, she has her flaws too. But the important thing is that, like, she shows up and she tries. But were there times where we had a very rocky relationship? Sure. But we worked through it, and she's changed a lot. I've changed a lot. I was a very difficult teenager, I will say. But on the flip side, there was a lot of dysfunction in my family when I was that age. So that definitely didn't help. But I can't imagine when Daisy becomes a teenager. Hopefully she's not as bad as I was, but hopefully I'm raising her in less dysfunction as well. So hopefully she won't be so hard to deal with. No, nobody is perfect. Like, we carved, so I just washed these. We carved a pumpkin the other day. Oh my gosh. It was so hard. I do not like carving pumpkins, but we do it every once in a while. And I always regret it because these tools are so like, and I even bought the expensive one from Walmart, and I know they have to be like child-proof friendly, but oh my gosh, did that hurt my hand carving that pumpkin for like an hour. So much so that we only carved one pumpkin, even though we got 3. One we wound up just painting, and the other one maybe we'll carve another day, because I was like, I can't do this. This is hurting my hands too much. Plus, Daisy was helping me, but I didn't really want her to, she's not strong enough to do the carving part, so it was kind of a lot. I'm like, why do we still carve pumpkins? Like, this is too much. And why have they not come up with a better carving tool in 2025? Why? But she thought it was like, she was laughing and stuff because of all the guts and stuff inside. But I guess she had already done it at school, so it wasn't as like shocking, but she still, I think, liked that. Of course, too, she picked out like the hardest stencil. So I bought like the tools and then the stencils that you use. She picked out this cat one that had like a million little like pieces. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna freehand some of this because by the end of it, I was like, I'm over this. So, do you guys want to see the pumpkin? I don't know that it's the best one, but I can show you guys real quick before I get off. No, Izzy, stay here. So there's this one. This is the cat one. Those are supposed to be bats. I know they look like blobs, but they're beautiful artwork. And this one Daisy painted. Isn't that cute? Anyways, we did it. So, checking that off the list. All right, well, it's been fun, guys. I gotta get working out, so I'm gonna jump off here, but thanks for joining me. Have a good day. Bye, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. I try to go live regularly. Okay, happy Monday. Bye.